You have been lied to. Not by one person. Not by one book. But by an entire industry that has turned manifestation into a fairy tale for wishful thinkers. They told you to visualize. They told you to affirm. They told you to feel good and wait for the universe to deliver your desires on a silver platter. And what happened? You visualized. You affirmed. You felt good for a moment. And then you returned to the same life, the same problems, the same empty bank account, the same unfulfilled dreams. The problem was never with manifestation itself. The problem was that they gave you half the truth and called it complete. They gave you the dessert and told you it was the entire meal. Listen carefully. Manifestation without focus is nothing more than daydreaming. It is fantasy. It is the pastime of people who want results without effort, rewards without discipline, transformation without change. The real secret, the one that separates those who achieve from those who merely wish, is focus. Not scattered attention. Not divided energy. Not the fragmented mind that jumps from one desire to another like a butterfly in a garden. I am talking about concentrated, deliberate, unwavering focus. The kind of focus that burns through obstacles like sunlight through a magnifying glass. The kind of focus that transforms thought into thing, desire into reality, vision into manifestation. This is not comfortable information. It is not easy. It demands something from you that most people are unwilling to give, total mental discipline. But if you are here, if you are still reading, then something inside you already knows this truth. Something inside you is tired of the superficial teachings and the empty promises. Something inside you is ready for the real work. From today forward, you will understand that your power does not lie in wishing. It does not lie in hoping. It does not lie in waiting for cosmic alignment or divine intervention. Your power lies in your ability to focus your mind with such intensity, such clarity, such persistence, that the entire universe has no choice but to rearrange itself around your dominant thought. This is the law. This is the principle. This is the truth that has been hidden in plain sight. Before we continue, I want you to do something. Subscribe to this channel right now. Not because I asked you to, but because you are making a commitment to yourself. A commitment to truth. A commitment to the real principles that govern success, wealth, achievement, and manifestation. And leave a comment telling me where you are watching from. Let me know you are here. Let me know you are ready. Because what follows will demand everything from you. Are you ready? Then let us begin. There is a law operating in this universe that most people never discover. Those who do discover it guard it carefully, not because they are selfish, but because they know that most people will not believe it. Most people will reject it. Most people will call it too simple or too difficult and return to their comfortable illusions. This law states that your outer world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner world. Not sometimes. Not occasionally. Not when the stars align. Always. Everything you see around you, your relationships, your bank account, your health, your circumstances, is the direct result of what has dominated your mind. Not what you wished for once. Not what you said you wanted. But what you consistently focused on, day after day, hour after hour, moment after moment. Your focus is the creative force of your life. Where your attention goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, results grow. This is not mysticism. This is not spirituality divorced from reality. This is the most practical, most observable, most provable truth in human existence. Look at any person who has achieved something significant. Look at the inventor, the entrepreneur, the artist, the athlete. What do they all have in common? They possessed the ability to concentrate their entire being on a single objective until that objective materialized in physical form. They did not scatter their thoughts across a dozen different desires. They did not change their mind every week. They did not abandon their vision when the first obstacle appeared. They focused. And through that focus, they harnessed the invisible forces of creation itself. Now understand this: most people do not fail because they lack desire. Everyone has desires. Everyone wants more money, better relationships, improved health, greater success. Most people fail because they lack focus. Their mind is a chaotic marketplace where 1,000 different thoughts compete for attention. One moment they want financial freedom. The next moment they want a new relationship. Then they want to lose weight. Then they want recognition. Then they want peace. Each desire pulls them in a different direction. Each thought dilutes their creative power. Each shift in attention scatters their energy like seeds thrown on rocky ground. And at the end of the year, they look back and wonder why nothing has changed. They blame the universe. They blame their circumstances. They blame other people. But the truth is simple and undeniable: they never focused long enough on any single thing to bring it into existence. Manifestation is not magic. It is mechanics. When you focus your mind on a definite objective with clarity and persistence, several things happen simultaneously. First, your subconscious mind accepts that objective as a command. It begins to reorganize your habits, your actions, your perceptions to align with that objective. Second, your focused attention activates what some call the reticular activating system, the part of your brain that filters information. Suddenly, you begin to notice opportunities, resources, and people that were always there but invisible to your scattered mind. Third, your sustained focus generates emotional intensity. And emotion is the fuel that powers manifestation. Without emotion, your thoughts are weak radio signals that dissipate before they reach their destination. With emotion, your thoughts become powerful broadcasts that penetrate the invisible substance from which all things are made. Fourth, focused thought leads to focused action. You stop doing a little bit of everything and start doing a lot of one thing. You stop being busy and start being effective. You stop reacting and start creating. This is why two people can use the same manifestation technique, visualization, affirmation, scripting, and get completely different results. One person visualizes for 5 minutes, then spends the rest of the day worried about bills, complaining about their job, and scrolling through social media. Their 5 minutes of focus is drowned by hours of mental chaos. The other person visualizes for 5 minutes, then carries that vision with them throughout the day. They think about it while they work. They feel it while they rest. They protect it from doubt and distraction. Their entire day becomes an extension of those 5 minutes. Which person do you think will manifest their desire? The answer is obvious. Yet most people practice manifestation like the first person and expect results like the second. This is insanity. You cannot think about your desire for 5 minutes and your limitations for 5 hours and expect the desire to win. The universe does not respond to your wishes. It responds to your dominant mental state. What dominates your mind will dominate your life. If fear dominates your mind, you will manifest more things to fear. If scarcity dominates your mind, you will manifest more experiences of lack. If doubt dominates your mind, you will manifest more reasons to doubt. But if your definite objective dominates your mind, if you think about it first thing in the morning, if you hold it in your consciousness throughout the day, if you fall asleep with it on your lips, then the universe has no choice but to yield to your will. This is not opinion. This is law. The law of focus is as reliable as the law of gravity. You do not need to believe in gravity for it to work. You do not need to understand it. You simply need to observe it in action. The same is true for focus. You do not need to believe it. You simply need to apply it and watch what happens. But here is what most people do not understand: focus is not a passive state. It is not something that happens to you. It is something you do. Focus is an act of will. It is a decision you make, moment by moment, to direct your attention toward what you want instead of what you fear. It is a discipline you practice, day by day, to keep your mind on your objective despite distractions, despite setbacks, despite the voices of doubt that whisper in your ear. It is a skill you develop, gradually and deliberately, until it becomes second nature. And like any skill, it can be learned. It can be strengthened. It can be mastered. But it requires something from you. It requires you to stop being a passive observer of your own thoughts and become an active director of your mental life. It requires you to stop letting your mind wander wherever it pleases and start guiding it with purpose and intention. It requires you to stop reacting to every external stimulus and start responding from a place of inner clarity. This is not easy. I will not lie to you and tell you it is easy. The world you live in is designed to destroy your focus. Every notification, every advertisement, every news headline, every social media post is engineered to capture your attention and redirect it away from your goals. You are living in an age of weaponized distraction. Your focus is being stolen from you every moment of every day by people who profit from your scattered attention. And if you do not protect your focus with the ferocity of a warrior guarding treasure, you will lose it. You will become one of the masses who drift through life, reacting to circumstances instead of creating them. But if you understand this principle, if you truly grasp that your focus is your creative power, then you will guard it jealously. You will treat it as your most valuable resource. You will protect it from thieves and time wasters and mental parasites that feed on your energy. Because once you control your focus, you control your mind. And once you control your mind, you control your life. And once you control your life, you control your destiny. This is the big idea. This is the central principle. This is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Your results are not random. Your circumstances are not accidental. Your life is not happening to you. Your life is happening from you. From your thoughts. From your focus. From your dominant mental state. You are the cause, not the effect. You are the creator, not the victim. You are the author of your story, not a character in someone else's narrative. But you can only claim this power when you claim control of your focus. Everything else is secondary. Everything else is a distraction from this central truth. Master your focus, and you master manifestation. Master manifestation, and you master your destiny. This is the law. Now the question is, will you obey it? Now let me show you where you are sabotaging yourself. Let me show you the mistakes you are making that keep you locked in a cycle of wanting but never having, visualizing but never manifesting, trying but never succeeding. These mistakes are subtle. They are invisible to the untrained eye. But they are deadly to your dreams. The first mistake is believing that focus means thinking about your desire occasionally. You think about your goal in the morning. You visualize for a few minutes. You say your affirmations. You feel good. You check the box. You think you have done the work. Then you spend the rest of your day thinking about problems. Worrying about money. Complaining about circumstances. Engaging in gossip. Consuming negative news. Scrolling mindlessly through your phone. And you wonder why your morning practice does not produce results. Let me be clear, 5 minutes of focused thought cannot overcome 23 hours and 55 minutes of scattered, reactive, negative thinking. It does not matter how powerful your visualization is if you immediately cancel it out with hours of mental pollution. You cannot plant a seed in the morning and pour poison on it all day and expect it to grow. Your manifestation practice is not separate from the rest of your day. Your entire day is your manifestation practice. Every thought you think is either building your desire or destroying it. There is no neutral ground. There is no timeout. There is no moment when your mind is not creating something. The question is, what are you creating with your unguarded thoughts? Most people create more of what they do not want simply because they allow their mind to dwell on what they do not want. They see a bill and think, I cannot afford this. They see a happy couple and think, I will never have that. They see someone succeeding and think, that is not possible for me. Each of these thoughts is a focused act of creation. You are manifesting lack. You are manifesting loneliness. You are manifesting limitation. And then you wonder why your life keeps proving you right. The universe is not punishing you. The universe is agreeing with you. You are the one declaring what is true. You are the one deciding what is possible. You are the one creating through focus, whether that focus is positive or negative, constructive or destructive, empowering or limiting. The second mistake is believing that focus means doing a lot of things. You set 10 goals. You start 5 projects. You chase 3 different opportunities. You tell yourself you are being productive. You tell yourself you are taking action. But you are not focused. You are scattered. You are spreading your energy so thin that nothing receives enough power to materialize. Imagine trying to boil water in 10 different pots with a single flame. You move the flame from pot to pot, giving each one a little heat. What happens? None of the water boils. You waste time, energy, and fuel, and you accomplish nothing. This is what most people do with their mental energy. They want financial freedom and a perfect body and a thriving relationship and a successful business and fame and peace, all at the same time. They give each desire a little attention, a little energy, a little effort. And nothing materializes because nothing receives sustained focus. Understand this, the person who chases 2 rabbits catches neither. You must choose. You must prioritize. You must identify the one thing that matters most right now and give it your complete focus until it manifests. This does not mean you abandon all other desires forever. It means you honor the law of sequential achievement. You build one thing at a time with total focus instead of building 10 things at once with divided attention. The third mistake is believing that focus means working hard without clarity. You wake up early. You stay up late. You hustle. You grind. You take action. You tell yourself you are focused. But if you do not have a clear, specific, definite objective, then all your effort is wasted motion. You are like a person running at full speed with no destination. You are busy, but you are not effective. You are moving, but you are not progressing. Focus without clarity is not focus. It is confusion dressed up as productivity. Before you can focus, you must know exactly what you are focusing on. Not, I want more money. That is vague. That is weak. That is powerless. But, I will earn $50,000 in the next 6 months through my business by serving 100 clients. That is specific. That is clear. That is something your mind can lock onto and work toward. Clarity transforms focus from a general intention into a precise instrument of creation. Without clarity, your mind has nothing to aim at. It fires in all directions and hits nothing. With clarity, your mind becomes a laser. It concentrates all its power on a single point until that point yields. The fourth mistake is believing that focus means ignoring obstacles. You set your goal. You hold your vision. You focus your mind. And then reality shows up. Bills arrive. People doubt you. Plans fall apart. Doors close. Challenges appear. And you think your focus was wrong. You think manifestation failed. You think the universe is against you. So you abandon your focus. You change your goal. You jump to something easier, something safer, something more realistic. This is where most people lose the game. They mistake obstacles for stop signs when they are actually guideposts. Every obstacle is a test of your focus. Every challenge is asking you, how serious are you? How committed are you? How much do you really want this? If you abandon your focus at the first sign of difficulty, you prove that your desire was superficial. You prove that you were not truly focused, you were merely interested. Interest changes with circumstances. Focus remains constant despite circumstances. The person who truly focuses does not ignore obstacles. They acknowledge them, learn from them, adjust their approach if necessary, but they never lose sight of their objective. They keep their eyes on the target even while they navigate the terrain. This is the difference between focused persistence and stubborn rigidity. The focused person is flexible in their methods but immovable in their purpose. The fifth mistake is believing that focus means positive thinking alone. You repeat affirmations. You visualize success. You surround yourself with motivational quotes. You think positively. And you think this is enough. It is not. Focus is not just mental. It is behavioral. Your thoughts must be followed by corresponding action. Your vision must be supported by consistent effort. Your focus must translate into daily habits that move you toward your objective. You cannot think your way into a new life. You must act your way into it. But here is the key: the actions must be aligned with your focus. Most people take random actions. They do whatever feels urgent or easy or comfortable. They react instead of respond. They stay busy instead of staying focused. Focused action means asking yourself constantly, does this move me closer to my objective or further from it? If it moves you closer, do it. If it does not, eliminate it. This level of discipline is rare. This level of intentionality is uncomfortable. But this is what separates those who manifest from those who merely wish. The sixth mistake is believing that you can maintain focus in a toxic environment. You say you want success, but you surround yourself with people who mock ambition. You say you want wealth, but you spend your time with people who complain about money. You say you want transformation, but you immerse yourself in environments that reinforce your old identity. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. If you are constantly exposed to negativity, doubt, distraction, and mediocrity, your focus will erode no matter how strong your intention. You must protect your focus by protecting your environment. This means choosing carefully who you spend time with. It means guarding what you allow into your eyes and ears. It means creating physical and mental spaces that support your vision instead of undermining it. You cannot grow roses in a junkyard. You cannot maintain focus in chaos. The seventh mistake is believing that focus is a one-time decision. You decide to focus on your goal. You feel determined. You feel motivated. You feel unstoppable. And then tomorrow comes. Motivation fades. Distractions appear. Old habits resurface. And your focus disappears. Focus is not a one-time decision. It is a moment-by-moment commitment. Every single moment, you are choosing where to place your attention. Every single moment, you are either reinforcing your focus or betraying it. This is why discipline is more important than motivation. Motivation is a feeling that comes and goes. Discipline is a practice that remains constant. You do not wait to feel like focusing. You focus because you decided to focus, regardless of how you feel. This is the mark of mastery. The amateur focuses when they feel inspired. The master focuses because it is their commitment. Now let me ask you directly, which of these mistakes are you making? Do not lie to yourself. Do not make excuses. Do not blame circumstances. Look honestly at your behavior. Look at where your attention actually goes throughout the day. Look at how many different desires compete for your energy. Look at how quickly you abandon your focus when challenges appear. The truth will set you free, but first it will make you uncomfortable. You must be willing to confront yourself. You must be willing to see where you have been fooling yourself, where you have been weak, where you have been unfocused. Only then can you change. Because the path to manifestation begins with self-awareness. You cannot correct what you do not acknowledge. You cannot improve what you refuse to see. So see it now. Acknowledge it now. Accept responsibility for it now. Not with shame. Not with guilt. But with the clear-eyed honesty of someone who is ready to do what must be done. Now let me show you the way forward. Let me show you the new mindset you must adopt if you are serious about harnessing the power of focus to manifest your desires. This is not a small adjustment. This is a complete transformation of how you think, how you see yourself, and how you interact with reality. The first shift is this: you must stop being a consumer of life and become a creator of life. Most people consume. They consume information, entertainment, opinions, emotions, experiences. They take in whatever comes their way. They react to whatever appears in front of them. Their mind is a passive receiver, not an active transmitter. They wait for inspiration. They wait for motivation. They wait for the right circumstances. They wait for permission. They wait for certainty. And while they wait, their life passes them by. The Creator does not wait. The Creator decides. The Creator chooses a definite objective and focuses on it with unwavering intention. The Creator generates their own inspiration through committed action. The Creator shapes circumstances instead of being shaped by them. You must make this shift from consumer to creator. From passive to active. From reactive to intentional. This means taking full responsibility for your focus. Not blaming distractions. Not blaming other people. Not blaming circumstances. If your focus is scattered, it is because you allowed it to be scattered. If your mind is chaotic, it is because you permitted it to be chaotic. If your attention is stolen, it is because you did not guard it. Harsh? Yes. True? Absolutely. And this truth is your liberation. Because if you are responsible for your scattered focus, then you also have the power to create focused attention. If you are the cause of your mental chaos, then you can also be the cause of your mental clarity. You are not a victim of your mind. You are the master of your mind, or you can be, if you choose to be. The second shift is this: you must understand that focus is not about forcing or straining. Many people think focus means gritting your teeth, straining your mind, trying harder. They approach focus like a physical effort, pushing and forcing and exhausting themselves. This is not focus. This is tension. True focus is relaxed intensity. It is calm concentration. It is the state of being completely absorbed in one thing without resistance, without strain, without internal conflict. Think of a child playing. They are completely focused on their game. Time disappears. Distractions do not exist. They are in a state of flow. This is the quality of focus you must cultivate. Not forced. Not strained. But natural, absorbed, completely present. How do you achieve this? By aligning your focus with your genuine desire. When you focus on something you truly want, not something you think you should want, not something someone else wants for you, but something that resonates with your deepest values, focus becomes effortless. Resistance arises when there is inner conflict. When part of you wants something and another part doubts it, fears it, or feels unworthy of it. So the path to effortless focus begins with inner alignment. You must examine your desires honestly. You must ask yourself, do I truly want this, or am I chasing it because I think I should? Does this align with who I am, or am I trying to become someone I am not? When your focus is aligned with your authentic self, it becomes powerful and sustainable. When your focus is divided by inner conflict, it becomes weak and exhausting. The third shift is this: you must replace the need for immediate results with the commitment to sustained focus. This is where most people fail. They focus for a day, a week, a month. They do not see the results they expected. They become discouraged. They quit. They do not understand that manifestation operates on its own timeline. You do not plant a seed today and demand fruit tomorrow. You plant the seed, water it daily, protect it, trust the process, and wait for the harvest. The same is true for your focused intention. You set your objective. You focus on it daily. You align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with it. And you trust that the invisible forces of creation are working on your behalf even when you cannot see evidence yet. This requires faith. Not blind faith. Not hope without reason. But faith built on understanding the law. You have faith that gravity will pull an object to the ground because you have seen it happen consistently. You have faith that a seed will grow because you understand the principle of growth. In the same way, you must develop faith in the law of focus. You must trust that sustained focus produces results even when those results are not yet visible. This is the difference between the person who manifests and the person who quits. The person who quits judges their focus by immediate circumstances. If circumstances do not change quickly, they assume their focus is not working. The person who manifests judges their focus by their commitment. They know that if they maintain their focus consistently, reality must eventually conform to it. They do not look for evidence in the outer world to validate their focus. Their focus itself is the evidence. Their commitment is the proof. Their persistence is the guarantee. The fourth shift is this: you must understand that focus is not about controlling outcomes, it is about controlling your inner state. Many people focus on their desire with anxiety. They think about it obsessively, worry about when it will come, fear that it will not come, attach their entire happiness to its arrival. This is not focus. This is desperation. And desperation repels manifestation because it is rooted in lack, not abundance. True focus is calm certainty. It is the state of knowing your desire is already yours in the invisible realm and is making its way to you in the physical realm. You think about your desire with pleasure, not anxiety. You visualize it with joy, not desperation. You affirm it with confidence, not doubt. Your focus is not tainted by fear because you understand that you are working with a law, not begging a deity. You do not need to convince the universe to give you what you want. You need to align yourself with what you want so completely that there is no gap between your inner state and your outer reality. This shift from anxious attachment to calm certainty changes everything. When you release the desperate need for your desire to appear now, you paradoxically accelerate its manifestation. Because you stop sending mixed signals. You stop vibrating with lack. You stop creating from fear. Instead, you focus from a place of already having. You think from the end. You feel the reality of your fulfilled desire now, in this moment, before any external evidence appears. This is the secret within the secret. The fifth shift is this: you must become ruthlessly selective about where you invest your attention. Every moment of every day, thousands of things compete for your attention. News. Social media. Other people's opinions. Advertisements. Gossip. Drama. Problems that are not yours. Opportunities that are not aligned with your purpose. If you try to pay attention to everything, you will focus on nothing. You must become comfortable saying no. No to distractions. No to time wasters. No to energy vampires. No to good opportunities that are not great opportunities. Every yes to something irrelevant is a no to your primary objective. Every moment spent on distraction is a moment stolen from creation. You must protect your focus like you protect your life, because your focus is your life. This means creating boundaries. It means disappointing people. It means being misunderstood. It means being called selfish by those who want access to your time and energy. Let them call you selfish. Let them misunderstand. Let them be disappointed. Your responsibility is not to please everyone. Your responsibility is to fulfill your purpose. And you cannot fulfill your purpose with scattered focus. The sixth shift is this: you must train your mind daily. Your mind is like a muscle. If you do not train it, it becomes weak. If you train it inconsistently, it remains undisciplined. But if you train it daily with specific practices, it becomes powerful, focused, and obedient to your will. What does mental training look like? It looks like meditation. Not as an escape, but as a practice of directing and sustaining attention. It looks like visualization. Not as wishful thinking, but as mental rehearsal of your desired reality. It looks like affirmation. Not as empty repetition, but as conscious reprogramming of limiting beliefs. It looks like journaling. Not as venting, but as clarifying your thoughts and tracking your focus. It looks like reading and studying principles of success. Not as entertainment, but as reinforcement of empowering truths. These practices are not optional luxuries for people with extra time. They are essential disciplines for anyone serious about manifestation. You would not expect to build physical strength without exercising your body. Why would you expect to build mental focus without exercising your mind? The person who neglects mental training and then complains about a weak mind is like the person who neglects physical training and then complains about a weak body. You get what you cultivate. The seventh shift is this: you must understand that focus is a form of love. What you focus on, you energize. What you energize, you amplify. What you amplify, you bring into being. Focus is how you pour your life force into an idea, a vision, a dream. When you focus on your desire with intensity and consistency, you are loving it into existence. This is why half-hearted focus produces half-hearted results. This is why distracted attention produces chaotic outcomes. If you want something to manifest powerfully in your life, you must give it your full attention, your full energy, your full commitment. You must think about it as if it matters, because it does. You must treat your vision with the same care and devotion you would give to something precious and fragile. You must nurture it, protect it, believe in it, fight for it. This is not sacrifice. This is alignment. This is what it means to live on purpose. Now you have the mindset. Now you understand the inner shifts required. But mindset without action is philosophy, not manifestation. So let us move to the practical part. Now I will give you the exact practices you must implement to develop laser-like focus and turn your desires into reality. These are not suggestions. These are commands. These are daily disciplines that will transform your mind from a chaotic mess into a focused instrument of creation. Do not pick and choose. Do not modify them to fit your comfort. Do not convince yourself that you are too busy or that your situation is different. If you want different results, you must do different things. If you want focused manifestation, you must practice focused disciplines. Practice 1: the morning focus ritual. The first hour of your day determines the quality of your entire day. If you wake up and immediately check your phone, you hand control of your focus to algorithms, notifications, and other people's agendas. If you wake up and immediately react to problems, you start your day in defensive mode instead of creative mode. The morning is sacred. It is when your mind is most receptive, most plastic, most powerful. You must claim this time for yourself. Here is what you will do. Wake up at the same time every day. Consistency trains your mind. Do not touch your phone for the first hour. This single practice will transform your life. Spend the first 15 minutes in silence. Sit. Breathe. Simply be present with yourself without distraction. Spend the next 15 minutes visualizing your primary objective. See it clearly. Feel it intensely. Experience it as if it is already real. Spend the next 15 minutes affirming your objective and your identity. Speak aloud who you are becoming and what you are creating. Spend the final 15 minutes planning your day. Identify the 3 most important actions that will move you toward your objective. These are your non-negotiables. This 1-hour morning ritual will create more progress than most people create in a week of scattered activity. Because you are programming your subconscious mind. You are setting your mental frequency. You are declaring your intention before the world has a chance to distract you. Do this every single day. No exceptions. Not when you feel like it. Not when it is convenient. Every single day. Practice 2, the single focus rule. From this day forward, you will work on only one major objective at a time. Not 3. Not 5. 1. Look at your life right now. How many goals are you pursuing? How many projects are you juggling? How many different desires are you trying to manifest simultaneously? Write them all down. Then choose one. The one that matters most. The one that, if achieved, would make everything else easier or irrelevant. This becomes your primary focus. Every day, you will take at least one action toward this objective before you do anything else. Not after you check email. Not after you scroll social media. Not after you handle urgent but unimportant tasks. First thing. Before anything else competes for your energy. This is how you tell the universe, and yourself, what truly matters. Everything else becomes secondary. You will still handle responsibilities. You will still manage daily tasks. But they do not receive your prime focus. They do not get your freshest energy. They do not occupy your dominant thought. Your one primary objective does. This single practice, focusing on one thing with consistency, will produce more results than a decade of scattered effort. Practice 3, the focus audit. Every evening, before you sleep, you will conduct a focus audit. Take 10 minutes to review your day honestly. Ask yourself, where did my attention go today? How much time did I spend on my primary objective? How much time did I waste on distractions? How many times did I check my phone mindlessly? How many thoughts did I have about my desire versus thoughts about problems? Did I honor my commitment to focused action, or did I react to whatever demanded my attention? Write down your answers. Do not judge yourself harshly, but be honest. This practice does two things. First, it creates awareness. You cannot change what you do not measure. Most people have no idea where their focus actually goes. They think they are focused when they are actually scattered. The audit reveals the truth. Second, it creates accountability. When you know you will review your focus at the end of the day, you become more conscious of it during the day. You catch yourself reaching for distractions. You notice when your mind wanders. You redirect your attention more quickly. Over time, this audit trains your mind to maintain focus automatically. Practice 4, the environmental design. Your environment shapes your focus more than you realize. If your workspace is cluttered, your mind will be cluttered. If your phone is always within reach, your focus will be constantly interrupted. If you are surrounded by negative people, your thoughts will trend negative. You must design your environment to support your focus. Start with your physical space. Remove everything that does not serve your objective. Create a clean, organized, distraction-free zone where you do your most important work. Next, manage your digital environment. Delete social media apps from your phone. Turn off all notifications except truly essential ones. Use website blockers during your focus hours. Then, curate your social environment. Limit time with people who drain your energy or mock your ambitions. Seek out people who are also focused on growth and achievement. Finally, control your information diet. Stop consuming news. Stop watching mindless entertainment. Stop filling your mind with other people's problems and opinions. Instead, consume only information that reinforces your objective, teaches you skills, or expands your understanding of success principles. Your mind is shaped by what it consumes. Feed it excellence and it will produce excellence. Feed it garbage and it will produce confusion. You are the architect of your environment. Design it deliberately or it will be designed by default, and default environments are designed to steal your focus. Practice 5, the 2-minute rule for mental redirecting. Throughout your day, your mind will wander. This is natural. This is not failure. The failure is not in the wandering, it is in not noticing and not redirecting. Here is the rule: the moment you notice your thoughts have drifted away from your objective toward worry, distraction, or negativity, you have 2 minutes to redirect them. Do not allow yourself to dwell in unproductive thoughts. Do not indulge in mental spirals of doubt or fear. Notice. Acknowledge. Redirect. How do you redirect? Return to your vision. Recall your objective. Repeat your affirmation. Take a deep breath and reset your mental focus. This practice is not about perfection. You will not maintain perfect focus every moment. But you can train yourself to redirect quickly. The average person notices negative thoughts and dwells on them for hours. They replay problems. They rehearse fears. They create entire scenarios of failure in their mind. The focused person notices negative thoughts and redirects within minutes. Over time, the gap between wandering and redirecting becomes shorter and shorter until focus becomes your default state. Practice 6, the weekly focus review. Once a week, take 1 hour for a deeper review. Ask yourself, am I still clear on my primary objective, or has it become vague? Have I made measurable progress this week, or have I been busy without being effective? What distractions stole my focus this week, and how can I eliminate them next week? What practices supported my focus, and how can I strengthen them? Am I still aligned with my objective emotionally, or have doubt and fear crept in? This weekly review keeps you calibrated. It prevents you from drifting off course without noticing. It gives you the chance to correct small errors before they become large failures. Write your answers in a journal. Track your progress over weeks and months. You will begin to see patterns. You will identify your weak points and strengthen them. You will recognize what works and do more of it. This practice is how amateurs become professionals. It is how scattered effort becomes focused mastery. Practice 7, the power of no. Finally, you must practice the discipline of saying no. No to invitations that do not align with your objective. No to projects that scatter your energy. No to requests that steal your time. No to opportunities that are good but not great. Every time you say yes to something, you are saying no to something else. If you say yes to every request, you are saying no to your dreams. If you say yes to distractions, you are saying no to your destiny. You must become comfortable with disappointing people in the short term so you can fulfill your purpose in the long term. This does not make you selfish. This makes you focused. Selfish is promising things you cannot deliver because you said yes to everyone. Selfish is living half a life because you scattered your focus to please others. Focused is honoring your commitment to yourself and your vision above the opinions of those who do not share your journey. People will not understand. They will call you obsessed. They will say you have changed. They will feel offended when you say no. Let them. Their opinions are not your responsibility. Your focus is. Your destiny is not decided by consensus. Your success is not a democracy. You must be willing to walk alone if necessary. You must be willing to be misunderstood if necessary. You must be willing to sacrifice temporary comfort for permanent transformation. These 7 practices are not complicated. But they are demanding. They require consistency. They require discipline. They require you to value your focus more than your comfort. But if you implement them, if you genuinely commit to them for 90 days without exception, you will not recognize your life. Your mind will become clear. Your actions will become effective. Your progress will become undeniable. And your manifestation will shift from occasional luck to consistent law. This is the practical path. This is the daily work. This is what separates those who manifest from those who merely wish. Now you know what to do. The only question is, will you do it? Now we have reached the end, but this is not truly an ending. It is a beginning. You now possess the knowledge. You understand the principle. You have the practices. But knowledge without application is worthless. Understanding without action is empty. Practices without commitment are meaningless. So now I must ask you directly, what will you do with what you have learned here? Will you nod in agreement and return to the same scattered patterns that have kept you stuck? Will you feel inspired for a day and then let that inspiration fade when the first distraction appears? Will you convince yourself that you will start tomorrow, next week, next month, later, always later? Or will you make a different choice? Will you decide, right here, right now, that this is the moment everything changes? Will you commit, with every fiber of your being, to mastering your focus and manifesting your desires? The choice is yours. It has always been yours. It will always be yours. But understand this, your future is being created right now. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Right now. Every moment you delay is a moment you remain stuck in the same patterns. Every day you postpone is a day you reinforce your current reality. Time does not wait for you to feel ready. Opportunity does not pause until you are comfortable. Your destiny does not manifest because you wish for it, it manifests because you focus on it. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are not a product of your past. You are not limited by your current reality. You are a creative being with the power to focus your mind on what you desire and bring it into existence. But that power is dormant until you activate it. And you activate it through focused thought, focused emotion, and focused action. From this moment forward, you must become a different person. Not the person who talks about goals but never acts on them. Not the person who starts strong but quits when challenges appear. Not the person who wants results but refuses to do the work. You must become the person who focuses with intensity. The person who commits with certainty. The person who persists with faith. You must become the person who guards their attention like treasure. Who protects their vision like sacred ground. Who honors their word to themselves above all else. This is not easy. No one promised you it would be easy. But it is simple. And it is worth it. Because on the other side of this commitment is a life you cannot even imagine right now. A life where you wake up knowing exactly what you are creating. A life where you move through your day with purpose instead of reacting to chaos. A life where obstacles do not shake you because your focus is unshakable. A life where you watch your desires materialize one by one because you gave them the one thing most people never give, sustained, unwavering focus. This is available to you. Not because you are special. Not because you are lucky. But because you are willing to do what most people will not do. Most people will watch this video and do nothing. They will feel inspired for a moment and then return to their old patterns. Most people will agree with these principles intellectually but never apply them practically. Most people will wish for a better life but never focus their mind long enough to create it. But you are not most people. You did not come this far to remain where you are. You did not invest this time to stay the same. You came here because something inside you knows there is more. Something inside you is ready to claim the power you have always had but never fully used. That something is right. That inner knowing is accurate. That voice is true. But it requires your commitment. It requires your action. It requires your focus. So here is my final challenge to you. For the next 90 days, implement everything you have learned here. No excuses. No exceptions. No negotiations. Choose your one primary objective. Make it clear. Make it specific. Make it real in your mind. Execute your morning focus ritual every single day. Conduct your evening focus audit every single night. Protect your environment. Eliminate distractions. Say no to what does not serve your vision. Redirect your thoughts the moment they wander into negativity or doubt. Take focused action daily. Not random action. Not busy action. Focused action toward your one objective. Do this for 90 days. 90 days of unwavering focus. 90 days of disciplined practice. 90 days of choosing your vision over your comfort. And watch what happens. Watch how your mind transforms. Watch how opportunities appear. Watch how your reality begins to conform to your dominant thought. Watch manifestation shift from mystical concept to observable law. This is not theory. This is not philosophy. This is practical, applicable, demonstrable truth. But you will only know it is true when you live it. And you will only live it when you commit to it. So I ask you again, will you commit? Will you give yourself these 90 days of focused effort? Will you honor this moment as the turning point it can be? Or will you let this moment pass like so many others have passed, returning to the same patterns that produced the same results? The universe is not going to force you to change. Life is not going to push you toward your destiny. No one is coming to save you or motivate you or make it easy for you. This is your responsibility. This is your opportunity. This is your moment. And this moment will not come again in the same way. Right now, you have clarity. Right now, you have understanding. Right now, you have the possibility of transformation in front of you. What you do with it determines everything. Years from now, you will look back at this moment. You will remember the person you were when you learned this truth. And you will either think, that was the day I changed, the day I chose focus, the day I claimed my power. Or you will think, that was the day I could have changed, but I let it pass, and I stayed the same. Which memory will you create? The choice is yours. Choose wisely. Choose powerfully. Choose focus. And in choosing focus, choose your destiny. Everything you want is on the other side of sustained attention. Everything you desire is waiting for you to concentrate your mind with enough intensity to bring it into being. The secret was never hidden. It was always there, in plain sight, waiting for someone willing to look clearly and act decisively. You are that someone. You always have been. Now prove it. Not to me. Not to anyone else. Prove it to yourself. Focus. Commit. Persist. And manifest the life you were always meant to live. Your destiny is calling. Answer with your focus.